Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's sketch is this one. It calls for a 4x6 and a 4x4 photo. Now I am going to be using two 4x6 photos. And these are the soda machines in Monsters, Inc. So we're going to have those for this sketch. And I'm going to use my Kill a Kit with Style again today. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, this is voiceover take 2. I am upstairs in my closet. Christopher and Lana are cooking downstairs, and I think they're banging every single pot and pan we have, and then they're running the garbage disposal, and I'm just like, I gotta get this voiceover done. So, here we go. Now, this yellow piece of paper is my absolute favorite yellow paper in the entire world. It comes from Paper House. It's just a good yellow. It goes with everything. You can brighten it, you can kind of mute it, whatever you need to do with it. And plus, I think it's a perfect yellow for Disney pages. Now, I did pull in a couple other papers from my Lovely Leftovers kit. And those are the legendary Cocoa Vanilla Studio papers that you see here. The striped paper was already in the kit, and that came in my SCT delivered kit. So, I am going to trim down the photos a little bit so that I can mat the photos on this paper. Otherwise, the photo kind of fit perfectly over top of the paper. And since there's not a whole heck of a lot I'm going to be missing from the photo if I trim it down, that's the way I'm going to go. So now I've got the two photos. Now in the sketch it is a 4x6 and a 4x4, but you know, I've got two 4x6s, so that's what we're going to work with. They are actually end up being more like 4x5.5, so you know, we're just totally mixing up the photos there. So I go ahead and place them down on the page, and I decide not to pop one up on Fun Foam this time. I decide that this is going to be a pretty flat layout. There's going to be some little bits of lump and bump, but not a whole heck of a lot. I am going through my swatch books to try to find something blue that will coordinate. I've got the yellow and the blue and then the wood grain going on, so I figure, you know, I don't want to introduce many more colors. I just want to, you know, kind of keep what I've got going on here. Now, originally, I was going to use these little swatch books as just little rectangles underneath of the papers instead of using actual tags. But I quickly decided that that was a little bit too boring. So I'm going to go ahead and make tags out of these little swatch books. And how I make tags is very, very easy. I go ahead and use my grid mat, and I just mark the same measurement in on both sides. Just do two little dots, and then I cut it off so that we get a little triangle cut off, and that makes a tag. I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile and just punch two little holes in there because, you know, it's not a tag. Is it a tag if it doesn't have a tag hole? That is the question. Is it a tag if it doesn't have a tag hole? Now, tag holes can't be naked. Tag holes got to have something in them. And my tag holes are just going to be naked for a little while until I get back around to working on them. Now, I also grabbed this little blue swatch, and it's got birds all over it, but it's not so much so that you're looking at the layout and you're like, whoa, what are those birds doing on there? It's kind of muted and monochromatic so you don't see it. Now I'm just pulling out some chipboard pieces, and I decide to go with the fork and the knife because, hello, it's food. Even though it's snack food and junk food, I'm just going to go with it. And then I pick out Totally Worth It because I've got kind of like this junk food love-hate idea going on for the layout and what I'm going to decorate with. The snacks, if you look closely in the photo, it actually says stuff like salt and junk and sugar or something like that. So I am just trying to add a little bit of extra embellishment and decoration by pulling it out from my kit. I grabbed this flare from Scrap and Happy Studio, and I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and eventually put down that yes chipboard piece. First, I gotta put some stuff out of the way. Oh, I gotta think about the title. So I pull out these Cocoa Vanilla stickers, and they are clear stickers. And I kind of have a love-hate relationship with clear stickers. Most of the time, I put them on paper and cut them out. But in this case, I wanted to use the Document It. Now, here I go again, that's a Whitesnake song, guys, just in case you were wondering. Here I go again. Okay, now it's popping through my head. All right, let's get out of the 80s rock and get back to scrapbooking, shall we? So the yes, nope is kind of like a thing in your head where you're like, I want the junk food. My belly says yes. My taste bud says give me the junk food, but your head is like, should you really be eating all that junk food? So I just did the yes, nope, because I figured that would work. Now I have that clear sticker down over top, and it just says Document It. And I was trying to figure out what word I wanted to put up here. Originally, I was going to put junk food, and then I was like, no, how about snacks? And then I was like, no, snacks is already there in the photo. And then I was like, well, maybe something else. And then I decided, you know what? I'm just going to make the junk food work. So that's where you see me putting down the junk food letter. So all of that happened in my mind super quick. It took me longer to tell you about it than it did to actually happen in my head. I peeled up the T, and that's just going to go right over top of the D there. And, you know, I don't care that it's covering it up. And that's because you can read that and tell that it says junk food. It's not like you're going, what in the world is that supposed to say? You can read it. So this is where I am going to cover up my naked tag holes, because, you know, we can't have those. So I'm just using some embroidery thread, and I tie 2 little bows. And, you know, someone had asked me one time how I learned to tie a bow just with a straight piece of thread. Because when you tie a shoe, you crisscross before you do that. And it's kind of, nobody taught me, I just did it. And that's kind of weird, and was probably a really poor answer for the poor person that asked me about it. But fun fact, Chloe taught herself how to tie her shoes. Like, one day she comes in and she's like, look, I tied my shoes. And that smart little cookie taught herself how to tie her shoes. So, I mean, it makes sense. I taught myself how to tie a bow. My daughter can do it. I can do it, right? That's what I'm going with. So under the yes, nope, I write the struggle is real. And then over here under this photo, I write Monsters, Inc. vending. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you again real soon for another video.